Years after concerned retirees demanded reform of the state teachers' retirement system board, Governor Mike DeWine is now raising a red flag. He's asking for investigations by the Ohio Ethics Commission, the Attorney General, and the state auditor. The STRS board is in turmoil. Board member Wade Steen, who was removed by the governor last year, used a court order to reclaim his seat last month. Now, in an exclusive interview, the governor tells me an anonymous memo alleges a hostile takeover of the public pension by private interests.
It raised some really serious concerns. Certainly inferred some self-interest by some of the board members, but I'm not going to judge that. My job, I think, was to turn that over to the appropriate authorities. I think the big question here, what everyone wants, what everyone should want, is stability on the board.
But chaotic is a better word to describe the most recent meeting of the STRS board. After Wade Steen used that court order to reclaim his seat, the board president abruptly ended the meeting with half the agenda undone. Now comes word that the company hired by STRS to help with governance problems, Aon, left in the middle of its contract, refusing to work anymore with STRS.
The group that was hired, a very well-respected group, to help the board make those decisions, pulled out and said, we don't want to be part of this anymore, which I think raises a red flag for everybody. What is going on?
Teachers have had those red flags and retirees for years. Do you think this kind of bolsters what they've been saying, their concerns about the investments, the bonuses, the lavish bonuses, the building expenses?
I don't think that's the issue here. Those are certainly concerns. And I have expressed my belief that, we should do everything that we can so that retired teachers, first, their money's protected, but second, that they get a cost of living. But I think this issue is, goes to the governance of the board itself.
The struggle for power at STRS has largely been led by angry retirees who claim Wade Steen is trying to help them by restoring cost of living hikes, protecting their investments, and slashing exorbitant staff bonuses. But the anonymous memo accuses Steen and the Ohio Retirement for Teachers Association itself, ORTA, of aligning with a private investment group to take control of board elections and then $65 billion in investments.
But it scares me, frankly, and I think, we need to have some stability on that board, and the board certainly needs to get another company in there to help advise them about that governance itself.
A short time ago, I spoke with the embattled board member, Wade Steen. I asked about the allegations that he was part of an effort by a private investor, QED, to take control of the pension fund. Steen tells me there is absolutely no truth to that. There was never an effort to take control of the pension. And as for accusations of a hostile takeover through elections, he says there are 500,000 active and retired members who use a fair and open election process to select whoever they want to represent them. A similar statement from the president of ORTA, Dean Dennis, who told me tonight reform is desperately needed. Our actions in support of reform have been legal, ethical, and necessary. This anonymous letter is nothing more than sour grapes from those who have lost. The full statement is at NBC4i.com.